Ladies and Jimbo men, welcome back to the channel. Got a very special episode for you today. All possible because of a very, generous and kind friend of mine from the Jimbo's Knife fam. Big shout out to you, my buddy Todd, Thomas, however you say that, secondary name of yours, which is not your real name. But I won't even attempt to say your last name because I don't want to butcher it. I've done that plenty of times here on the channel and it's embarrassing every time. So, guys, this is a knife that has been requested to be shown. It has a lot of popularity. People are very curious about it. It's a Benchmade knife. Came with this baggie, which I had in my pocket all weekend, Labor Day weekend, and you're looking at the first slip joint knife from Benchmade, the Proper. My good buddy Todd sent me both the green canvas micarta. It's like it's an OD, classic. Really, really nice. And this is the one that I ended up pocketing for the weekend. He asked me to carry this one instead of the red one because I'll pop that open now so you see it. I'm not going to tease you anymore any longer. We'll just get it out of the way. Comes in this same box. I opened it quickly and threw it back in there. This is G10, I believe. Yes, the red G10. Really nice. It's got an incredible texture to it. It's just perfect. It's just how I like G10 to be. Whatever grit they finish this to, it's got just the lightest texture. And it almost looks like micarta, but definitely not. This one was a first production run, and I really do like this new etch style that Benchmade's doing. He's got number 42 of 1,000. So he asked me, and not only that, he is a collector of red knives, specifically red linen micarta. I was just going to show you a sticker that I printed for him special. It's all read out, Jimbo TV, to say thank you for sending this to me, but then I realized it's all taped up and ready to go. So I'm filming this video and popping your knives right back into the mail, my friend. Thank you very much. Sheep's foot blade with a, pretty nice width to it. It's got a slightly funky swedge and saber grind to it. It has so much knife. They really took a lot of it out. I saw a very nicely done Crine, Tom Crine regrind on one of these knives. It looked awesome, and I was like, that makes perfect sense because you got so much blade, and they really waste a lot of it in here. So if you could full flat grind that out, you get a really, really razor sharp, awesome big knife. I do like the profile of it though. It's kind of cool. A little up sweep to the blade. What else can I say about it? I mean, it's incredibly light. It's super thin. Let me bust out. I'm gonna compare it to a couple knives. I had been pocketing a 77 before that, so I'm gonna take this back out, and it's basically the same size closed. It's got a nice lanyard hole. That's cool. Another modern addition to slip joints. Same size as the 77. And I'm also going to bust out this. This is the first time this is ever coming out. This is a very beautiful. I haven't even looked at this. Wow. Oh my God. On this side, tons of character on some ram's horn. And on the back side, a perfectly smooth and polished. So this one is amazing. This is my buddy Joe's knife. I just pulled this out of his pile. And we're going to check the walk and talk on it. You see that snap? We'll get it a little further. Do the Mike Latham. Snap open. This is one thing I kind of wanted to show off. You're between here, the open and the close and the half stop. There's really, it feels kind of chunky, and my buddy Todd specifically asked Jay over at Knives Ship Free to look through a few boxes, pick some that had some nice actions, because that is one complaint people have of this, that the walk and talk is not. This one, the ones that he has, very smooth, very nice, probably the snappiest, nicest examples that you're going to find, especially his first production run. Actually, really, really nice one. This is probably what they wanted it to be, maybe even a little bit nicer, and I'm sure this one would wear in to be very nice, but this one's got a ways to go, really. You know, these lion steels right out of the box. I mean, every single, I've a few people have had them sent my way. Right out of the box, every single one of them, they're just spot on amazing, really nice. I talked about the difference, how they you know, just re-stylized the whole back. They didn't go for that full flush look that Benchmade seems to have tried to copy. Lion Steel went for those ridges to give it a little texture, a little something different. I'm not a big fan of the screws that Lion Steel decided to use, and I like how at least the show side of the Benchmade knife is all they're Corbies, so you know, one side does have screws, but you know, the side that you're looking at normally is kind of more of that classic you know, polished, pinned look of a, you know, old school slip joint knife. So these are just a few of the, you know, things I noticed. I will say, like I said, that guy Jay over at Knife Ship Free picked two nice examples for Todd, and when I was physically at Knife Ship Free, standing there with the same guy Jay, he showed me the Proper, and the show floor model that they have is that one was rough. That one was really rough. It felt like there was sand in the action. Really, I was like, I would never want to buy this knife based on that one experience. Ooh, that one experience. Sorry, buddy. Don't worry, it didn't crack. Anyway, what I was saying, based on that one experience, I didn't want to buy the knife, but seeing one of these, I'd be more interested in it. Quick specs before I let you go. It's got over a 2.5 inch blade, 2.75 inches, and like I said, its closed length is the same as the 77, which I believe is 3 7/8. Yep. So 3 7/8 like that. Add another 2.75 of blade length. Add another 0.25 of the tang and sharpening choil, which they included a very nice little sharpening choil there. For, you know, that's good design. Nice jimping. There's some nice texture. You know, maybe it needed to be a little more aggressive that you could actually feel it. And yeah, what else? S30V steel. So pretty typical Benchmade. It would be cool to see some runs in nicer steel, nicer handle material, upgraded action, you know, clean up that action a little bit and do some sprint runs in this, and you know, people want this anyway. So I think it's a great, you know, dive into the deep end for Benchmade. I think both Lion Steel and Benchmade did great. Just based on these two knives, I was really getting ready to sit down and rip on Benchmade because of the Lion Steel was so nice. But hey, you know, you got to give credit where credit is due. So thank you again, Todd. This was really awesome. I'm packing these up and putting them right in the mail for you. And to the rest of y'all, you know, if you ever want to hit me up and say, hey, I've got a knife that I think the viewers at Jimbo TV, they're sick of seeing your dang old 77. It's, you know, just beaten, worn to heck, and, you know, it's looking like it had better days. Oh, no. No one who visits this channel would ever say something like that. Y'all know about a nice, loved and worn knife, so that's going straight back in my pocket. Thanks to Mike Latham for this nice little blue sheath he gave me over at Collector Knives. I like to spread the love a little bit, you know, talked about Knife Ship Free, they're great. Talk about Mike over at collector knives. He's the one making those that partnered up with Lion Steel to make those really cool round heads. And they've got a clip point version of that knife coming out. So those other ones were spears. Now they got a clip coming. And I just saw my dog run off to chase a squirrel. So I'm going to go over there and have some fun with him. I'll see you guys next time on Jimbo TV. Peace.